Over about a month ago, we got our first look at Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and over the last month, the community has been speculating and wondering what this game is and what is going to be. Not only that, but the reception from my last video was pretty well received, so I'll be drawing some things from those discussions over to this video. So welcome to episode 2 of Road to Master Duel, where I'll be going over some of the popular conversation topics and giving my thoughts on them. Before we get started, if you enjoy this video and want to help support the channel, I encourage you to like the video and subscribe and hit that bell notification icon so you stay up to date. Another thing you can also do is come over to my Twitch channel and give me a follow there. We recently hit 500 followers, and on the 4th of September, I will be attempting my first ever 12-hour live stream where I'll be playing my first Pokemon Nuzlocke, Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I will also be discussing topics ranging from some of the games that I'm really excited for over the next 6 months, including Master Duel. So if it's something you are looking forward to, why not head over to Twitch and hit that follow button. I also go live every Friday with Minecraft, Saturday with Pokemon Unite, and Sunday at the moment with Pokemon Platinum. So if you enjoy that kind of thing, why not come over? Without further ado, let's get into it. So I think one of the big ones that will be on this list, the other one will actually be ending this video, is when is this game going to exactly come out? A lot of people are eager to get their hands on this game and give it a bit of a whirl, myself included, so the sooner the better, right? Well, I wouldn't agree with that wholeheartedly. It sounds like it's not at a point where it can be released, though it does look really nice and clean. In fact, some of the animations that were recently make me wonder if this game is close to done. You see, I noticed when watching the Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon animation video, there was no prompt or selection windows to select the cards to be activated or what materials to use. However, you should notice as well that there is a development build text, so maybe I am just looking into this a bit much. My theory with the release date is early 2022, but unless something goes wrong in development, that's the absolute latest to expect it. The earliest would be October 2021. Konami has a few more events that they are well known to go to. The next set of news we will be hearing from is unexpectedly Gamescom, which should be going up around when this video is released. I feel like that's where we may get a rough release date such as Spring 22 or end of the year, etc. However, after that, there are going to be 2 more key events that would be a good opportunity for Konami to showcase this game, and those are the Tokyo Game Show in September and Jump Festa in December. Though I cannot find a source where the Jump Festa one is actually still in the air because I haven't got a confirmed release date, but this would provide some good publicity for the game and advertising it. Another reason I think this game will be released next year is because there is a possibility that there is going to be a beta release for this game. I think this is because it was recently announced that Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel, another Yu-Gi-Oh! Game, is also going to have a closed beta as well, and we still didn't get a release date for that as well. So maybe the closed beta for that will happen first. Who knows? But all I can say is when it comes out, hopefully it'll be worth the wait. Footnote, I wouldn't look at other online card game development cycles, and when they are closed beta was starting, you might kind of scare yourself. I mentioned this in my last video, but I thought I would go here in a bit more detail, and that is the different formats of TCG and OCG. Now that more time has passed, I've had a bit more time to think about this, and from my understanding, I think there are 2 likely paths that this game will most likely go, either one or the other. The first one is that the OCG and the TCG card pool will merge and create one format, essentially taking the TCG card pool and the OCG card pool and putting them together. The benefits of this is that the TCG and OCG players will get access to the other cards that the other has exclusively, bringing them together and allowing for one ban list. The only disadvantages I can think of would cause confusion between players of each card game. If Konami did it in a way that certain cards wouldn't be playable, missing cards would become a consistent problem, and finally, basically the Forbidden Unlimited list would most likely be the harshest hit. The second option I can see them going is that the OCG and TCG regions are locked in. Basically have it so that the OCG are only playing with the OCG players and the TCG players are only playing with the TCG players. However, I could see one massive downside with this, and it's not so much the TCG, it's more so the OCG. And that's, the OCG is only limited to certain regions in Asia, while the TCG, though we have both a Europe and an American version, there is going to be a little bit more access to the other players. So at least you'll be playing, like, some of the benefits would include that you would be playing with cards you are familiar with, and you wouldn't have to worry about any of the new OCG cards, but at the same time, like, you are very limited on who you can verse. Something I'll go into a bit more detail after this is that I will go into detail about crossplay. I think it would be okay if either one of these, but if they go the route of the OCG being region locked, I truthfully see that being the least likely scenario. But the other one I feel like is the more likely scenario, because I don't see them limiting just the OCG regions to each other, and I don't see the TCG, I don't really see them doing too much damage. So it's going to be interesting to see how they actually handle the two different formats, because if you, at the end of the day, like, no matter how you look at it, OCG and TCG, like, though they might look like the similar game, they are very different in terms of, like, rulings and stuff. But I just hope they don't go the route of limiting route where they can only play users from the same region. I just hope they don't go that route. I doubt this will be a problem. OCG and TCG, in my opinion, should reunite as one, if you catch my drift. It was confirmed during the announcement trailer of this game that it is going to be released on PC, consoles, current and next gen, and phones. One of the main concerns is that I've seen people having is if this game is going to have crossplay, as this is the biggest project that Konami has done in terms of bringing the card game online, and not having cross-platform would be a big downside. In my last video, if I was able to have an honorable mentions category, I would have put crossplay in there, but the reason I didn't really put it in there is because it really should be one of the first things that Konami should have studied when planning this game, so I am not honestly too worried about this. If crossplay isn't available day one, I assume it would be available sometime in the near future. Another thing that would be also worth mentioning is that this game is going to be used for big events ran by Konami and run alongside the physical and Duel Links. I don't see the Konami having it so there is multiple different segments and qualifying rounds for different consoles, like having one division for Switch and another for PlayStation. As well, this game is going to be coming out for both iOS and Android along with the main consoles, so crossplay should be almost guaranteed on the first day. Also, it's 2021, crossplay should be a standard by now, and apparently not all games have this. I'm looking at you, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. It's 2021, when is the crossplay gonna happen? Alright, the one I think that everyone is waiting for me to talk about, and I've kind of hinted at the last video, the monetization strategy and the card collecting in this game. This is gonna be the feature that makes or breaks this game. Every single video that I have seen about Master Duel, every discussion I have had with viewers, and every single people in the community, almost them and their mothers, are talking about this game and how you are going to get the cards. If this is executed poorly, then it will make the game not really that great, but executed well, Master Duel could potentially be one of the biggest TCGs, I said DCG, not TCG, on the market. Let's have a look at other games before I give my theory on what it might look like. Most of the DCGs online, such as Legends of Runeterra and Magic Arena, will give you a starting card collection, and you either work your way or pay for packs in the game. You open them up like cards, and they are added to your inventory. Most card games online are like this, and it would be no surprise if Konami did it with Master Duel. However, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a bit of a special case when it comes to this, and that is what the biggest mystery factor will be. Magic Arena and Pokemon TCG have a set rotation where they can just introduce the current sets that are in the current rotation, while Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, you got about 10,000 cards you got to select from, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Has no set rotation. One scary thing that is scaring most of these players is that they will need to recollect the cards again. My theory on this, Well, I'm not entirely sure myself. I mean, one thing they could do is introduce original plaques to Master Duel, which I honestly hope they don't do, and that have it similar to Duel Links, as it would limit the players on what they can access, or have it so they can see the current series of packs from Rise of the Duelists and go from there. But that raises the questions of what happens to the cards that were released only before that. There has been some good suggestions of what Konami can do for the player base, such as having all cards available from day one, having it so all cards before a certain point are available to you day one, and make it so you have to buy cards from the last released product and go forward from there. Have a shop option available to buy booster packs, but also have a battle pass option where you can get access to all the cards and battle to your heart's content, like a subscription or a payment model. Or introduce some form of set rotation that only allows the users to have access to certain series of sets, i.e. all products starting from Rise of the Duelists to the current set. I honestly hope they don't go this route, because that would defeat the purpose of Yu-Gi-Oh! Itself. I'm going to say this, I doubt it would be the option to let all players have access to every single card in the game, because there would be I feel like there would be some sort of pay to win model in this game, because Konami needs to find a way to make money off this game. If they just give it to you all the cards and just make it cosmetic type, like cosmetics only with the payment model, then essentially it's not going to do so good, because then Konami is not getting the income they need to keep this game alive. They have to pay for programmers, they have to pay for designers, and they have to pay for a staff team to keep this game alive. This game is going to be something that makes or breaks their whole entire card game. And hopefully, if they do have a pay to win model, then at least have it so you guys can actually play, I don't know, like get the cards you need easily, and not having it so you have to like open like tens of thousands of packs like you have to do in Duel Links. I want to touch on this feature in a further video I have planned, but I'll want to wait until we have more information on the game itself. Okay, so that's going to wrap this up for this video. I just also want to say that we should be getting more news about Master Duel at Gamescom around this week. Hopefully we'll get some information about a release date. I wouldn't say an exact date, although if we do, we'll be very lucky. So if we do get a release date, hopefully it might come in the next 3 to 6 months. So yeah, I'm hoping I'm going to enjoy this game when it comes out. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit a like and give me a comment down below, either telling me what you're excited for or even what you hated about this video, because I want to hear this. And also, I'm working on a content creation kind of cycle, so if you guys want to give me some criticisms on this video as well, I would heavily much appreciate it. So other than that, I think I'm going to sign off now. I hope you all have a good afternoon, day, evening, night, morning, wherever you are, and take care. Peace out.